What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday, so it is time for the Why Not Podcast. I am your host, TQuest, the voice goddess, alongside DJ El Nino, award winning that is, and of course, DJ Say aka Mr. R&B.
AKA your girlfriend's favorite DJ.
Allegedly. I don't
I'm
understand what. Go ahead.
no, I'll say I'm keeping that name because yeah, I am somebody's girlfriend's favorite DJ.
There, when you put the somebody's girlfriend's favorite DJ, it makes you more accurate.
Like,
I don't know where that stemmed from. Like somebody who was real pompous and real arrogant, or just severely confident, be like, "Look here, I'm your girlfriend's favorite DJ." You know what I'm saying?
and then I know after the first battle I did back in December, a couple of weeks later I heard another DJ almost kind of take what I said, but he
Hmm.
twisted it and said, "I'm your baby mama's favorite DJ." I said, "Oh."
Oh, not the baby mamas now. Let's not do that. Now, see, stuff like that. It's okay to be like confident in everything, and sometimes you need that to help boost your swag or your persona, and that may actually help with your talent and your gift. But you gotta
hmm
be very mindful because if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, something can happen. You laughing, but I'm dead serious.
I know. That's what makes it. You're serious, but that's what makes it funny because you be out somewhere and I drop in. I'm your girlfriend's favorite DJ, and some dude looks at her and be like, "What? What? Wait, what?"
Say what? A word? Word? I
And it's a whole like. I be like,
don't know.
"Oops, I didn't
But at the end of
do."
the day, it's just all entertainment. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's all entertainment. Like I remember when I first started doing drops more often, right? It was a lot of females or girlfriends and wives and baby moms that I knew personally because they'd be at the clubs and stuff with the DJs that I work with. And they've always felt the type way, like, who was that doing the drop? And who was that lady talking like that? And blah, blah, blah. That's TQuest. Oh, interesting. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'm not trying to get with your dude. I'm just the voice.
Who that hoe?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
I'm just trying to talk how that's how they talk. I didn't go to the other word they may say. I just try to keep it light. You know what I'm saying? I just try to keep it light. You
What
know
the
what I
hell
mean?
is going on?
I think it's more uncomfortable when they actually know me or know of me versus someone getting it from those other companies. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just like, at the end of the day, like y'all say, I'm your girlfriend's favorite DJ. At the end of the day, I make your man's set sound better. Okay, so you're welcome. You're welcome. You laughing? You laughing? But it's
No,
fine.
like because like when you get a DJ drop, you have to make sure that DJ drop is describing who you are, right? Or and it's
Hmm.
gonna and you gonna back it up, right? So
Back,
when
backing it up.
like when I put Mr. R&B,
Hmm.
I'm about to go in my R&B bag, like, and when I'm your girlfriend's favorite DJ, you never know
Hmm.
what I'm gonna give you. You never know what I'm gonna give you. Give you the baby making music,
Hmm.
or I could give you the grinding in the club music, or I gotta keep it PG. But
Say
yeah,
what? Say the last part.
instead I gotta keep it PG, you know. But hey, you never know. Like you said, hey, Hmm. But yeah, like I
Hmm.
said,
Well, like I tell the clientele, you can get a classy, clean one. You can have a raunchy one. You can have a turn up one. You just gotta know when to play it. You know what I'm
that part.
saying? Like someone will be like, "Yo, I want this, I want that." I'm like, "Okay," and just know that it's only for a certain type of clientele. You can't use that in corporate. They be like, "Whoa, whoa, what was that?" You know what I'm saying? You're gonna mess up the whole entire opportunity.
Yeah, you better look. You better know on your controller where each drop is on the pads. Cause if you hit the wrong button at the wrong time and the wrong drop goes off. Cause last month I did a gospel concert, right?
Learn your
And
buttons.
and I was, about to hit the drop. And I hit it and it was the wrong drop. It said, "You're now rocking with Mr. R&B, DJ Cyclops." I said, "No, not that one." And the guy turned around. He was like, "Oh, that's what we doing?" I said, "Yeah, keep going."
Well,
So,
God is love.
But I got some drops there that I can't be playing anywhere. You just missed R&B. It's like, yeah, whatever, it is what it is. Yeah, you know what I mean. But there's a couple of drops that are in my other drop banks. No, I'm not gonna play it now. You know what I mean? This is blah blah blah. When I'm at home playing with my, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to,
Ooh, ooh.
you know what I mean?
wait, what?
Wait a minute. What you
This is
playing
blah
with?
blah blah. Play with my blah blah.
I'm listening to Nino Brown. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Oh wow, okay.
So, you know what I mean? If I played that at the wrong place, it's a problem. See, but there's one thing I know on my sample volume controller is that yank, it goes down instantly. You know what I mean? Probably break my
Gotcha,
wrist turning it down. You know what I mean?
gotcha. I'm just gonna say, shouts out to DJ Il Nino. He set my stuff up to where if I play the wrong one, I can cut it off real quick.
There it is.
You
I
ain't
can
gotta
even
get
make
ready if you
your
play that
ish tighter.
easy.
You know what I'm saying?
it was like, oh, immediately. Boom.
Yeah. I'm saying, man, shout out to the, a lot of DJs out there who just started DJing last night
Oh my gosh.
and think they the folks. Relax. You know what I mean? Relax. Just practice a little bit. You know what I mean? Practice a
Practice,
little bit.
yes.
Shout out to all the DJs that been DJing for 20 years and still sound like they DJing 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I'm saying?
I was just talking about that.
I'm just,
How
just
people go ahead.
try to, you know what I mean? Don't get stagnant in your skill set. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Even if you are at an elevated level, don't get, you know what I mean? Don't rest on your laurels. Keep getting better. You know what I'm saying? Keep getting better. Don't be like, nah.
This is not
Hmm.
just for DJs, this is for producers who still sound like they started back in
Facts.
1926. So yeah, hey,
I think it's for everyone,
yeah,
even
Facts.
artists. I've said it before. I got so comfortable with like a certain scene, a certain crowd, and doing certain songs, and then like, ooh, TQuest, like, yeah. That I realized I did get kind of lazy when it comes to my performance, and I could do better. And then when I started elevating and increasing, and then being around different crowds and different audience, it didn't hit the same because I was too comfortable where I was as an entertainer, you know. So,
look, I as an artist myself, I had somebody text me, um, if y'all ain't got Voyage, go get it, okay? Go get it. So you
how
know
it
what.
go?
So wait,
Come on, Cletus.
I gotta get to the story. So wait, so they were like, your second verse sounds like the rappers back in the early and mid 2000s. I said, hmm. So I had to really go back and listen to it, right? I said,
Mm-hmm. Just
oh,
checking in.
okay, I do sound like down in Texas, you know.
Augusta Lit 706 Radio. What up?
Down in Texas, in that time frame, those were the rappers that used to be like, man, hold up, that was us, right? So
You.
I had, hey, the lunchtime tables, when you beating on the table with the pencil, that was me. That was me. So, but yeah, like
You
I
know what the hell
still
he talking about? Because I don't, but
I
whatever.
didn't.
Okay.
I didn't do anything like that. I don't
eh,
know. What up, Miss Unique?
Unique in the building. What's going on?
yeah, you never went to the lunch room and y'all had like a circle of people, y'all beating on the table with a pencil, and then it's like the whole
Oh,
group.
lunch.
Yeah,
Lunch room. I thought
yeah.
you said Lux room. I'm like, what the hell is
Oh,
he
oh.
talking about? Lux room. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, yeah, in the lunch room, being on tables, everybody gets freestyle. That's how we,
Oh, you got to make sure you enunciate. Beating what? Beating on the tables. All right.
being on the tables, y'all.
Okay, there it is.
The,
He sound like Bill
uh,
Cosby. Beating on the table.
so I got that inspiration. That's when I started rapping. So it just came natural. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay. But like you said, some people need to elevate in their, uh, artistry. So I'm, sh- I got to figure out how to elevate in my artistry. So yeah.
I mean, see, the thing is, listen. You know what I mean? Let's listen to us out there because real talk, there's still a lot of rappers now that rap like it's 1982. I personally don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Even some of the people that I like or liked as artists. You know what I mean? I don't. I know. Some of them say, what I mean, that's what I made back then. I'm gonna keep making it. So don't be upset if I'm not supporting it. Then you know what I mean? Because I honestly don't want to hear that style. You
It
know what
was
I
hot
mean?
then, not now.
Yeah. Well, and see, but the thing is, if you have been consistent and that's all you put out, and people are supporting your artistry, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Just don't get mad if some of the other audiences aren't listening to your stuff. You know what I mean? Don't get mad. Don't get mad. If you like a DJ, if you was DJing 20 years ago and your maximum skill set was a baby scratch, and you think that's still gonna work now
Baby
20 years
scratch
later,
do 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 do.
yeah, just put some time in, put some work in, and do it. You know what I'm saying? Put some time in and work in. Sometimes you get tired and you've been doing this forever. Yeah, so then practice. I'm not the same DJ I was last year. I'm not the same DJ I was 5 years ago.
Me
You know what I'm
either.
saying? Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say, I got to this level now. Let me just stop and let me just no. Sometimes you
I'm
got to update your skill set. You know what I
I'm
mean?
still trying to grow,
Yeah,
you know. So
trying to grow. Have you been eating your Wheaties?
They got. I see commercials for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man.
oh man. But talking about this is kind of what I want to talk about because last week
Okay.
we were talking about the DJs staying in a certain era of music, right? Um, and not really playing between the 20 and 25. So let's go to the BET Awards, right? If you look at the BET Awards, the first I'll say 30, 45 minutes. What did they do?
Wait, isn't the first question you're supposed to ask is, did we watch it?
Oh, okay. Did y'all watch the BET Awards?
Yeah.
When
Okay.
was it on? Let me stop. Yes, I saw it. I saw it. I saw
So
it.
the The first 30, 45 minutes of that show, what did they do? They honored 2000, like
Oh
the
my god.
2000s. Like it was epic.
Yeah.
Like that music, I could look. I was sitting there, I was imagining. I was like, "This is what we were talking about," and this is what Quest was like. Hey, 2000s is my music, and I was like, "She's probably over there having a party." Boom.
It was so awkward because I was lit. I was lit. Nina was chilling. I was lit.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was like, yeah, I don't have an issue with the 2000s though. 2000s is fine with me. You know what I'm saying? It's fine with
Yes.
me.
So
It's fine with me.
I was like, okay, this, and I saw a post because I didn't watch the awards until this morning because I just didn't have time. I didn't watch it till this morning. But I saw a post on Facebook that was saying this is why DJs stick to the music of the 90s and early 2000s because this is it's showing right now on BET. And I didn't know what they meant until this morning. I was like, oh, yeah, this is when music. Don't get me wrong. Don't kill the messaging when I say this. 2000s, 90s, that's when music was great. In period. That's all I'm going to say. Period. For me, that's what it was.
There it is.
Yeah.
Made for you. Because music has always been great. It's been
Yes.
great in every decade, but it's been. Thank you for the wiki. Um, it's always been great in every decade, but it's been more consistent, higher praise in 2000, not the 90s and 2000s. For like better ratings if you was doing like a focus group. You know what I'm saying? When it comes
Hmm.
to predominantly hip hop and R&B, because we're here for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Years before, they're still trying to polish some stuff. They still trying to figure things out. Things is wiki. Things have been changing. Things are evolving. You know what I mean? Like the sound, the people, the comfortability of being a true artist. You got to realize it was a time when black people couldn't do music. It was a time we had to go through the back door. It was a time we
Hmm.
couldn't do certain songs because we got to watch our back because God forbid we do this. It was so many restrictions that there's a reason why certain music the way it was in the beginning. 90s and 2000 was like our free era to really do what we had to do, and it was dope. But things change and evolve. But the what really killed it is it was something they said that I agree with. This is showing you the difference between artist development and I don't agree with this term, but it's what term they use, an industry plant.
Mm.
Because when I saw, I said, look at everybody. Everyone looks all dressed up and conservative and
Hmm.
classy. This is
Hmm.
such an elevation from years ago. And that's exactly what Kevin Hart said in the intro.
Yep.
He's
He
literally
sure.
said it. He wanted everybody to dress up, and the whole energy was different because of it. If you notice, some people didn't even show up. Maybe they didn't want to be classy. I don't know, none of my business. But it was everything worked out the way it's supposed to work out with it being the 25-year anniversary for when 106 in Park started, and then that era of just great music and we dancing and having a good time, and it just worked out so lovely.
Hmm.
'Cause that was a happy time, especially for our generation, and it was long, but it was nice.
Yeah, it was way too long. Pause. It was like 5 hours. That's too much. That's too much.
Man, man, I'm
Here,
just gonna say,
you get an icon award. You get an icon award. You get an icon award, and you. Oh, come on.
good.
It
I'm
was a
just
lot.
gonna say, I haven't watched, I haven't finished it yet, right? But from what I saw all the way up to I think who's performing right now. I want to say it was uh after Playboy Cardi. That was the last performance I saw. Right?
And that was the one I didn't understand. I didn't know what he was saying. They praised him
Yeah.
all night, and then that was my first time getting introduced to him. And I'm just like, what is this?
He said, "I am music."
I saw that, so I was excited when I saw that part. But then when he started, I was like, all right.
But I'm just gonna say, shouts out to everyone uh who honored. I'm gonna be like Kevin Hart and say who honored Eric Bishop. Eric Bishop's tribute was great. I like the little jokes Stevie Wonder did, and yeah, it it was a very heartfelt moment when he did his speech again. But it was good.
Yeah, part two of the Netflix
It just
flicks.
felt like it was.
It was part two. It was literally
It
part
really
two
was.
of the Netflix special. That's kind of what it was. No, I mean it was cool. I enjoyed that part. I enjoyed. Real. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I enjoyed. The vast majority of the show. You know what I mean? Much more than I thought I would, because there's a lot of times when award show come on and you passively watch it. You know it's on, and maybe you pay attention when there's a category that you care about. On
Yeah,
there, you're like,
yeah.
oh, all right, let me, you know what I mean? But this I actually actively watched what I was watching. I mean, the show. There was sometimes that I dipped out. Playboy Cardi's not for me. So I
No,
don't, it's his, he has his crowd, you know what I mean? He sells records. But Playboy Cardi's not for me. I'll readily admit that, you know what I mean? If I had to play some of his songs, I would be able to. No, real talk. I would be able to, but it's not none that I would
yeah.
personally play.
So as of right now, because like I said, I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but as of right now, I'll say Tiana Taylor's performance has probably hands down the best performance.
Tiana Taylor.
That is probably the best performance I saw so far. For me, I don't know. Like I said, I'm still I still want to see the Kurt Franklin. I still want to see the Snoop Dogg. You
You got
know,
like 3 hours left.
like yeah. So um, and then but yeah, like I said, it was a. I remember watching the first BET Awards. I remember, like yo, this is dope. This is for us. And now to see it that it's on, it was simulcast on what MTV, VH1, CMT, all the other stations. I was like,
Really?
yeah, yeah. Mhm. Oh, and
I mean, that's
Paramount
what they
Network.
do. That's what they do now because they all owned by the same network. You know what I mean? The same company owns all the networks. You know what I mean? BT, MTV, CMT, everybody owns that. It's the same company. They've been doing that for a minute. They've been doing that for a minute. You know what I mean? But it was cool. It was cool. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I personally don't even remember Tiana Taylor
What?
performance.
Yeah,
She had like that Missy Elliott vibe. She was in all
yeah,
silver and she was in the sky and she was flipping around and everything.
yeah.
Yeah, then it was cool, but
Like I said,
okay.
that's probably the best one I saw. Like for I was expecting more from uh Wayne. I was expecting more from uh Bow Wow since he was Mr. 106 in Park.
Bow Wow was good. I like Bow Wow's performance. He still had that energy. You know what I'm saying? If from those that you named, Bow Wow would be my favorite performance.
And then B2K to see them back on stage. I was like, oh look, this good boy band.
They said they said Marvion brings out the rest of the members so people can take him serious. Yo, the internet is wild.
But if you listen to that track very carefully in the back for Bump Bump Bump, on the original track, it's all of them singing a chorus. on that track at the BET Awards is only Amarion singing a chorus.
Thank you. I heard that and I said it to Nina. I'm like, why does it only sound like Omarion is the only one singing? Thank you.
I
Thank
was like,
you.
yo, like, so this is the Omarion show with the other three. That's all it was. And I was like, because I had to rewind it to hear it again. I was like, nah, they didn't do that. Oh, they did do that.
You know
I
what I
was like,
always wondered? I always wondered if the rappers of the groups actually know how to sing too, because it's never been confirmed. Because a lot of them has never had like singing verses, like Little Fizz of B2K, Left Eye of TLC, the Tasha of Black, different groups like that, and Ronnie from New Edition. Like I don't
what you
know,
say? Who'd you say?
not Ronnie. No, Ronnie. They say like he sing, but they've never really
Oh,
heard him
and
sing.
then Mike Bivins. I don't know if he can
You know what I
sing.
mean? So I wonder that because when they're all performing, they're all dancing, they're all mouths are moving, but are the rappers actually singing too?
What? Yeah, that's like spectacular and Pretty Ricky.
Hmm.
Yeah, you never. That's a good question.
I know that's why I asked him. Like clearly the DJs on here don't know, but it's fine. I'll figure it
Like, huh? That's a good question.
Yeah, heavy shade heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's all good though.
No,
That's
I'm
all
just
good though. I
curious.
mean, I'm glad y'all enjoyed y'all little. Let me stop.
You know what?
I enjoyed the
It was far too much.
performances as well. You know what I mean?
Like, like I said, I remember watching the first one at my grandma's house. You know, uh, and that was it was the year of the dragon because Cisco came out.
Of course it was.
Yeah, Cisco came out. I was like, yes, Cisco. And then Beyonce and Jay Z came out in Crazy in Love, and no, Bootylicious. That was Bootylicious year. And then the first Icon Award was Whitney Houston, and I remember I was like, oh look, yeah, it's Whitney Houston. So that was a great year. Like, so the see it 25 years later, I'm like, because at first for a while I really didn't care about the BET Awards. It was a period I was just like, oh, it's on, okay,
Because it downgraded in quality. So that's why I'm glad that they switched it up because this year it elevated to another level where it should be so we can actually respect it again. Like
yeah,
there was a time when MTV was technically supposed to be music television, had more shows, and then BET was supposed to be black entertainment, had more music than other
hmm,
black entertainment. Like it was just
yeah,
so weird, and that's why a lot of people stopped watching it. It's a good thing streaming came around to really help some of these networks, but they knew it was time for change. And like I was saying to earlier, I'm like, it could have been maybe the sponsors start pulling out because the last few years was like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? Like everything done changed. Even this year, like I didn't see none of the gospel artists in the crowd. Usually, you see them every year, waiting for their one award. But this
Shout
year,
out to Glorilla.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to Gloria Hallelujah Woods,
Yeah,
cause
it was Hallelujah after she got that award.
yeah, like,
Mm.
hey, yo. So all right, so my older sister, she works for Delta, right? And she does like a call center, so she was working from home, and this is when she was staying with me, and they were they were downstairs while she was on the call, and they were talking about this young lady that she had a call with named Gloria Hallelujah Woods. I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. I really didn't. They're booking her ticket because she deals with like the platinum people, right? They're booking her ticket, and I was like, so 2 weeks later, when I heard an actual name of who it was, And I was like, yo, that was Glorilla. They're like, no, it wasn't. I was like, you said Gloria Hallelujah Woods. And they said, yeah. I asked them where they were from, and that's where they were flying from. And I was like, y'all really just did not know who that was. Y'all sitting here just talking to her. And y'all making fun of her name. Boy, say,
I mean, it happens all the time. You know.
like, I was
That's
just like, I shoot, I probably would have had a panic attack.
why.
Because Glorilla is my rap female wife. Because Jo- you know, Jasmine's always going to be my wife. But Glow is my
This this conversation
hood.
is very uncomfortable now.
Facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Shine and building. What up?
But yeah, in the gospel division, we did talk about how some of the people felt like that shouldn't have went to her. I was like, why? She had a gospel song. It didn't say gospel album. It just said inspirational song. She had an inspirational song with uh Kurt Franklin. What was wrong with it?
And that's the same thing. People feel that Beyonce shouldn't award country awards. Like you said, she had a country album, and the category was country album.
Mhm. Exactly. So I'm just saying, like, y'all can.
You were like a perverted Kirk Franklin. He didn't see the performance.
Wait, yeah, I haven't seen it. Uh,
Oh my god, that was no, but the performance was dope. Like I was in here having church, hallelujah, and Nino just looking at me. I'm like, oh my god, I hope song come out. He's like, huh? I'm like, so it's on the song. I was here lit.
Wait a minute. 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 Spoiler alert.
Oh my bad.
Great.
You get there at hour 7. No, but it's the same thing. Like when it comes to all the awards that Dochi won, a lot of people felt those are the awards that Glorilla should have won.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, for all the work she put in. And then there was controversy with that Clarissa boxing female and how she tried to congratulate Angela Reese for winning sports female of the year, but then said it should have been based off accolades. And then other people's like, well, if you're gonna base it off that and everything all around, you nor Angela Reese would have won it. It should have been Angel Reese. It would have been so and so and so and so. So at the end of the day, like that's why I don't know who said it in what speech, but people just keep trying to remind you at the end of the day, these are awards, but they don't define who you are. They don't define your gifts, your talent. The best example is Angela Bassett. She don't play everybody's mama. She don't play
Hmm.
every queen, yet she gets snubbed for every award. You know what I'm saying? But she is one of the highest paying actresses on TV, so that's the ultimate for
And
me.
she's still young too. Boy,
Because
say,
black don't crack.
man, like,
Do y'all think
Not all the time.
Do y'all think Flipper T and Gorilla would do a track together? I swear they sound like two twin sisters.
who?
Who?
Wait. I was like, who?
Yo, on the real, I thought it was just me.
I-
I thought it was just me. I'm like, I don't know who Flipper T is.
Who is Flipper T? Cyclops, you're young.
I
Who?
don't know who that is. Like, I'm like, who? Like, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Like, educate us.
Fool us. Send us a YouTube link. Like, I don't. We don't know who those people are. Well, the first one.
Yeah, like, um, my thing is like, uh, going back to the sports thing, right? What do y'all think about the spin-off that's about to happen?
The
One
one
is
of sports.
yeah.
I'll say something really quick, and then you guys can talk because I don't follow sports like that. I just follow my man. Um,
That's me.
I would say this: since the whole Caitlyn and Angel Reese situation, is more eyes on more of the younger athletes, and there's more eyes now on female sports. So the evolution of sports and the conversations are at like all time high, even with there being like thousands of more podcasts around sports. So because of today's climate with social media and all of that, I can see why they're coming out with it. How is it gonna do? I'm not sure. I didn't think that deep and don't really care. But that's my 2 cents.
Like when they were talking about it, I was like, this is like is this a joke? Like, cause I'm like 106 in sports. First of all, that don't even sound right. 106 in sports. But secondly, like,
I'm gonna check it out after the show, man. I am. I have it. I actually have it, so I'll check it out after the show.
oh, you got to flip a T, a P, whoever she is.
I
So
have
you
flipped.
knew what he
Yes.
was talking about?
No, I didn't. I look.
Oh,
I got a lot of songs on my hard drive that I don't know. I looked it up and it was there.
gotcha.
Oh,
Affirmations is the one that I got.
oh, okay. All right. But yeah, like I said, I really just thought it was like a joke. I was like, look, I was like, oh, maybe they're serious because they really actually having a whole conversation about this. So, I want to see how that goes. And then Cam is already a very controversial person in sports when it comes to his outlook on different situations. So I'm thinking that's why they brought him in. But yeah, I'm
And he
gonna
has
see.
a popular podcast.
Yeah,
So it's the numbers game too.
yeah.
They basically doing it like they have the artists. Oh, you got an audience. You already have your own audience. So now I'll sign you because I ain't got to do any real work. You know what I mean? Because you already have your
Audience.
followers.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of what that is.
Yep, yep. So I'm just like, all right, all right. Well, hey, let's see how this goes. What they say is coming out in fall football
Yeah,
season.
I'm gonna give it a buck. I could honestly care less about it. You know what I mean? Well, I can't because I don't care about it. So I can't care less because I don't care about it. I have no thoughts about it. Am I going to watch it? Probably not. Do I watch the Cameron and Mace joint? No, I don't. Um, so I'm personally not going to watch it. I may have watched 106 in Park if it was done right. I have no interest in watching 106 in sports. I
Wait,
honestly
did
don't.
they start it? Did they
No,
start 106 Park?
Just the conversations is what he's saying.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
oh, 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 okay, okay. Because I know they were supposed to start it, and I was like, I don't know if they did or not.
I mean, at the end of the day, they try to circle the block for things that worked for them because there's so much competition out here. You got to really figure out what's going to be best for the network and what's going to bring your fan base back as much as possible, in additional to a new fan base. Like I said, sports right now is trending even more, especially in the younger crowd. So let's see if it works. 106 in Park was one of the best shows. I said one of people that was on BET. So let's see if it makes sense if we can bring it back, like to get our peoples back. Because I want BET to succeed because it is black entertainment television.
Yeah.
Will I support a lot of stuff? Probably not, because a lot of the young stuff to me is a little too wild and too reckless and too desperate for views that like it's just not for me. But if they have something of quality and substance, then I
Facts.
wouldn't mind supporting.
Yeah,
So,
if it's a worthwhile watch, I'll watch it. If not, you know what I mean. It's gonna be like anything else. I catch it when I catch it. Go ahead,
so let me
Cyclops.
let me ask y'all this. This is for both of y'all to answer. If y'all own
In
BET,
closing,
if y'all owned BET today, right? What would you bring to the table to where y'all can get y'all the black audience back engaged into BET?
I would bring the TQuest show with DJ El Nino. Relatable, informative, yet entertaining.
yeah, that is real. The one thing I honestly think is missing, and I think because I'm a grown man, I think BET News should be back. You know what I mean? I think that should be a black.
Mm,
Um,
I remember
I think
that.
that
Yeah.
should be a black focused newscast. You know what I mean? I think that is a whole in broadcasting. There's
They had that.
none. They used
Oh, they
to.
did have BT
They
News.
used to. It
Now that I
used to
think
be
about
Yeah.
it.
Ed. I think Ed Reed. I think was not
Yeah.
Ed Reed. Ed. I don't remember his name. It was Ed somebody. They used to be on there. Um, yeah, the green eyed dude. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I think that is a missing. There's a hole in broadcast television for a black um, flavored newscast. You know what I mean? I I would definitely bring that. I will make that happen. You know what I mean? I don't know if that'll bring viewers, but I think it's needed. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. You know what I mean? This has been an interesting Why Not podcast. You know what I mean? We're keeping it a little shorter than usual. You know what I mean? Folks got other things they got to take care of. Talk to them, Cyclops.
So yes, y'all know how it is. Each and every Wednesday, the Why Not Podcast, and y'all know where y'all can find me on everything. DJ Cyclops two
That's
one zero. Everything.
T-Quest. Talk to him.
Um, you guys can
Here we
find
go
me.
with the voice.
This voice bringing point. Ching ching.
Uh,
But we don't
Um,
break the energy. We don't. I can't do the after 10 voice.
this is 24/7. I changed it for the show for you guys because I don't want y'all hot and bothered.
I mean, I hear it all. I hear it all the time, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's the part people don't realize that I changed the voice for the shows, but this is me 24/7. Okay. But guys, you guys can follow me on all social media platforms at
There it is.
TQuestGLM. And download the TQuest Nova app in your Google Play Store on your app
There it
store.
is. You can follow me at DJ Il Nino on all sites that I care about. This has been fun, short and sweet. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kevin Hart. He did his thing on a broadcast. And until then,
Get your asses up. 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 It's time for the Why Not Podcast. Why Not Podcast. Why Not Podcast. Why Not Podcast with DJ Il Nino. 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 Nino. TQuest. DJ Cyclops. Why not pod? Why not pod? Why not pod? Why not podcast with DJ Il Nino, TQuest and DJ Cyclops.
I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean,
That's what we're doing.
that's what we did. Until next time, I am DJ Nino. That's my baby T-Quest over there. Oh, right there. She's right there. You know what I'm saying? We'll see y'all next week. All right. Let go.